Hello and welcome to Top 10 Kings. The coronavirus has caused a lot of pain all over the world, not differentiating between the rich and the poor. Today's video is focused on the virus and top 10 people that this virus had sadly taken their lives in the last weeks. So stay tuned and let the video begin. Number 10, Joe Duffel. If you are a fan of country music, then you would probably have heard of this one and it hit you fast. Duffel was an accomplished country music singer who released a ton of hit singles over 14 years. Duffel released 35 singles featured on the Billboard Hot Country Song chart. 5 of his singles rose to number 1. He released 7 studio albums, a Christmas album, and a greatest hits album. Duffel announced to the public that he tested positive for COVID-19 on March 27. He remained in critical condition from the disease and 2 days later, he passed away at the age of 61. Duffel is the first country music star to die from the disease, and his passing was noted by his peers on social media. Number 9, Maria Mercader. Despite the fact that she might not have been known to individuals outside the universe of news, Maria Mercader was a main impetus in news and announcing for CBS, where she worked for over 3 decades. Mercader started her expert profession in 1987 as a page at CBS. She moved from page obligation to the system's news program with CBS News Path, where she delivered different pieces conveyed by means of CBS partner stations. She kept on creating through the demise of Princess Diana, 9/11, and a lot progressively huge occasions. Number 8, Floyd Kernaz. Devotees of the hit arrangement Top Chef are in grieving after the passing of observed Indian-American chef Floyd Kernaz. The skilled cook was the champ of Top Chef Masters in 2011 and was notable for his numerous innovative innovations in the realm of gourmet nourishment. Notwithstanding his time before the cameras for Top Chef Masters, Kernaz was the official cook at New York City's Bowla and Tabla restaurants. He had practical experience in the merging of Indian flavors and flavors with Western food of all kinds. Kernaz likewise held the respect of being a 4-time James Beard Award-chosen one, and he was additionally the writer of 2 cookbooks. Kernaz made a trip from Mumbai to New York through Frankfurt toward the beginning of March. He before long became sick and tried positive for COVID-19. He kicked the bucket from intricacies of the infection on March 25 at a medical clinic in New Jersey. Kernaz was 59 years of age at the hour of his passing. He left behind his better half/business chief, Barkha, and their 2 children, Justin and Peter. Number 7, Terrence McNally. Terrence McNally was a noticeable writer, screenwriter, and librettist, who was regularly depicted as the troubadour of American theater. He was viewed as one of the best contemporary dramatists of the American theater, and he earned that differentiation through 56 years of work in the field. He got the Pine for Tony Award for Best Play for 2 of his works, and the Tony Award for Best Book of a Musical for another 2. He likewise earned an Emmy, 2 Guggenheim Fellowships, and a few other Performance Center honors all through his profession. McNally's work spread over 6 decades, and they included Broadway plays, off-Broadway plays, films, among others. He is presumably most popular for Kiss of the Spider Woman and Jazz, however he composed many plays, shows, and theater pieces. His work is played the world over, and his passing was a hit to everybody who cherishes the theater. On March 24, he died following intricacies from COVID-19 of a clinic in Florida. He was 81 at the time of his passing. Number 6, Nasham Wooden. People may not promptly perceive the name Nasham Wooden, yet it's not on the grounds that he wasn't acclaimed, it's because of individuals being progressively acquainted with his drag sovereign persona, Mona Foot. Wooden built up his drag persona in the late 1980s, and he acknowledged RuPaul as an early coach in his initial drag profession. RuPaul helped him hugely by showing him how to apply cosmetics, which helped him land a job as Mona Foot in an off-Broadway creation called My Pet Homo. Wooden eliminated his Mona Foot character in his later life, and keeping in mind that he tested positive for HIV, he had an imperceptible viral burden. That disease didn't have all the earmarks of being the reason for his demise, as he kicked the bucket because of inconveniences from COVID-19 in New York City on March 23. He was 50 at the hour of his demise. Number 5, Princess Maria Theresa of Bourbon-Parma. Princess Maria Theresa of Bourbon-Parma was a French-Spanish individual from the House of Bourbon-Parma, which is a cadet part of the Spanish royal family. She consumed her time on Earth attempting to advance social causes as a dissident, which earned her the moniker Red Princess. She was a monarchist, and she tragically holds the qualification of being the main individual from a regal family who was killed by the COVID-19. She was the first royal to die from the disease, though she wasn't the only one infected, as the Prince of Wales, Prince Charles, battled the disease with only mild symptoms. Fortunately for him, he survived. Number 4, Manu Dibango. If you like African music, then you'll have heard of this man or even listened to his music. He was a Cameroonian jazz musician, well known for his 1972 single Soul Makasa. His hit song was later sampled by top artists like Michael Jackson, Kanye West among others. Dibango's career began at the age of 15 after he moved to Paris just after World War II. He played saxophone and piano and quickly became a regular in the European jazz circle. There was a notice of him being hospitalized with an infection from COVID-19 on his Facebook page. The following week, the same page confirmed that he passed away on March 24 from the virus at the age of 86. Now, we're going into our top 3. Let's see if your guesses were right about the top 3. Number 3, Daniel Ajoelay. If you are a comic book fan, then you should have heard about this man or even joined in his online classes. Or you may have read his children's series Tourmadou Lam Lam. Daniel Ajoelay was a comic artist and educator and was well known in his home country, Brazil, and around the world. At 21, he launched a newspaper strip called Capintão Sipo and later launched his well-known children's series 5 years later. He was an amazing artist and he exhibited all around the world. He hosted an online drawing class to teach people, both old and young, what he loved doing, art. Ajoelay died in his hometown of Rio de Janeiro at the age of 72. He was initially hospitalized for leukemia treatment for a duration of 2 weeks, but was infected with COVID-19 while undergoing treatment, which resulted in complications that ended his life. Number 2, Lucia Bose. Lucia Bose was an Italian actress and rose to fame during the Italian neorealism era. She was earlier a baker, but life changed for theme good in 1947 when she won the second edition of THR Miss Italia Beauty Contest. From there onward, she was recognized and later started acting, receiving many standout roles from the 1950s and later stopped acting to raise her family when she married a Spanish bullfighter. A real family woman. She later returned to acting and played many roles with her latest work in 2007. If your head struck a chime when you saw the Bose name, then you're absolutely right. She was the mother of the famed Spanish singer, Miguel Bose. She died on the 27th of March from pneumonia, which was complicated by the COVID-19 virus. She lived to be 89 years old. And now, our number 1. Dr. Li Wuliang. This isn't a case of a person being famous throughout his or her life. It is a case of a person being famous towards the end of his life. This was the exact scenario of Dr. Li Wenliang, a Chinese ophthalmologist who worked at Wuhan Central Hospital in China. In December 2019, he began warning his colleagues about a possible outbreak of a disease that resembled the SARS virus. But no one really paid attention to him or heed his warnings. That disease was later named COVID-19, making Dr. Wenliang the first physician to raise the alert that the disease was going to cause problems. Dr. Wenliang became a whistleblower where the virus was concerned, but the government wasn't so happy with him. On January 3, he was admonished by the Wuhan police for making false comments on the internet. He later resumed work and where he contracted the virus from a patient. Sadly, Dr. Wenliang passed away on February 7 at the age of 33, a young age to die if you ask me. He was exonerated and offered a solemn apology for the admonishment he received by the Communist Party of China. Maybe, just maybe his colleagues had listened to him, we wouldn't have been facing the plague of a virus and also we wouldn't have had anyone on this list. That is the end of this video, but before you click off, let me share something with you. I have a free poster I made about the coronavirus and how we all can help prevent it and also prevent our names from being in a similar video like this. This link is in the description. Also, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if this is your first time to the channel, and if you love what you saw here, please share with friends. See you in the next video.